Hey, boys and girls, what time is it? It's not howdy doody time. It's no bark newcomers roundtable time. Yeah. Good evening and welcome to the No Bark N1ASB 9-1 newcomers roundtable, which meets on the first and third Monday of the month. I think I read the calendar correctly. Evenings at about 7:30 p.m. on this repeater, which is like 1930. So, without further ado, the purpose of this roundtable is to welcome newly licensed hams and newly upgraded hams to the Tango Oscar, the VHF portion of the spectrum, not a speculum, a spectrum, to enable them to meet with idiots like me and each other and more more experienced hams for the purposes of asking and answering questions and whatever, exchanging information and building friendships. The good ship lollipop. Your moderator this evening, if nobody else wants to help me, is November 1 Quebec Oscar Victor N1 Kiobi Obi in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Then it says I'm supposed to say, my name is Obi. I already did that. Okay, if you're using something, I think I got Facebook open and the video is running to be relayed to you streaming. Anyway, what do we do here? We ask for check-ins. Are there any check-ins? Check-ins. Anybody wake up and smell the coffee. Check-ins. This is N1QOP.
This is KC1 ETM, Kilo Charlie 1 Echo Tango Mike, Andrew from Shutesbury, Mass, just north of Amherst, and I'm running on commercial power with battery backup. This is Kilo Charlie 1 Delta Alpha X-Ray, Dave in Springfield. Also on commercial power, checking in, Obi. This is Kilo Delta 2, Juliet Kilo Victor, Peter in Albany, on commercial power. Yes? BA1ZHM, John in Pittsfield. Good evening, roundtable.
Well, that's not too bad a start. Usually there's less than that. The usual stuff. So anyway, I might need a fill or two here myself. Commercial power. I guess it's Kilo Charlie 1 Echo Tango Mike. Commercial power. I didn't get a name, and do I have the call sign correct, sir?
That is correct, and the name is Andrew.
Okay, thank you for that, Andrew. My ears are a little older than they used to be. KC1 DAX, Dave Commercial, and another unknown name, Kilo Delta 2, Juliet Kilo Victor, if I have that right. Name, please.
Name is Peter.
Peter. Okay, thank you, Peter. And my good friend, WA1ZHM John. And if any of you would like to jump in and do the moderator's position at any time, let me know. Anyway, I don't really have anything prepared. I usually have my my stuff here, but let's see here. KC1 ETM Andrew, why don't you take it away? Questions, comments, whatever. It just sounds like a new call. Your turn, Andrew.
Cover that. I just recently got my technician class. Tested in Northfield a couple days before Thanksgiving. I do have a question. I've noticed over the past couple of weeks the K1FFK has been kind of scratchy and um, putting off a sound when nobody's speaking. Is that kind of a normal thing?
John, WA1ZHM, can you answer that?
That's been what I call regurgitating on itself. Yeah, I think some RF getting in, maybe from our transmitter getting into the receiver. But you're right. It's an RF rich environment up there at 3,500 feet, and it's a trick to keep it filtered out. So it has been noisy recently. It's not your equipment; it's the repeater.
I gotcha. That makes sense. I had to guard against overbleeding from my um, cell phone signal booster, so makes sense.
Okay, I didn't really get that. I was trying to get something going here on the computer. Anyway, yeah, these are being recorded if you want to check your signal or whatever. Anything further, Andrew, and then we'll get back to you next go round.
Toby, you just doubled with John.
Oh, go ahead, John.
I was just turning it back to you. I was just saying congratulations and welcome to the hobby to our newcomer, and back to you.
Copy that. At this point, I don't have any more questions yet, but they're inevitable. They will come.
Okay, I'm still fooling around with the computer. Let's see. Okay, Andy, let me pass it over to Dave over there in Springfield. KC1DAX. Pick it up and waste some airtime while I try to look up a few things. Dave, thank you.
All right, I'll be glad to do that. This is KC1DAX. First, let me welcome Andrew to the hobby. Glad to have you aboard. I believe I got your call right. KC1 Echo Tango Mike, is that correct? Over.
That is correct.
All right, Andrew, like I said, welcome to the hobby. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I'm not a new ham, but I'm not really an old one either. I got my technician ticket back in January of this year, and then upgraded to general class in February of this year, so kind of new to it myself. I'm sure you'll find it very enjoyable. Although I'm sure you'll find it a lot more enjoyable when you upgrade to general class. It opens so much more of the spectrum up to you. I found it very restrictive to be limited to the technician class, what they give you there. And once I got to general class, then it was a whole different story, particularly with HF. So anyway, welcome aboard, and I was glad to see a newcomer come in here. So KC1DX, I'll give it back to Obi. Obi, are you ready?
Okay, thanks for that, Dave. Yeah, Andy, yeah. Don't get frustrated. I see a lot of people get their ticket, hang around for a while, then move along for some reason. I don't know. It can get expensive, but anyway, it's a nice hobby. Just have to ignore some things and whatever. Anyway, and let's see, we've got Andy, Dave, Looks like a new call. KD2JKB. Peter, your turn.
Hello, this is Peter at Albany. Fairly new, licensed in September. I'm going for my general in January, and I don't really find the tech that restrictive. I'm not a big HF person. I'm dabbling in 220. I'm dabbling in some 900 stuff, and I'll be dabbling in the little microwave stuff coming down the line. But I do a little bit on what I can do on 10 meters. The fog has lifted here in the Hudson Valley in Albany, so we can actually see stuff now. But my wife is also going for her tech license in January when I upgrade to my general. That's it from here. Back to net.
Okay, Peter, and welcome to the repeater and the Newcomers Roundtable and all the other functions. Anyway, anything further, Peter, before I go around the list again?
Hey, I just wanted to throw in. I have member of Aries, 2 clubs, and the ARL. So I'm busy along with the other stuff, all the public service I'm doing through Aries. So yeah, there's a lot that opens up, and I really don't find tech too restrictive, but can't wait to get into the general. All right, I'm done now. Back to net.
Okay, and I guess it goes around to John, WA1ZHM. John, your turn.
Yes, I just turned into the Newcomers Roundtable live, and if anybody's interested, go to Ustream and type in Obi's call sign and click on Newcomers Roundtable, and you can see the video and hear the audio live as we speak. Well, let's see. Let's go back in history. Day is today, Obi. How's your history?
Okay, history coming up. National Day. It is the Remembrance of Pearl Harbor Day, a day that did end but doesn't anymore live in infamy, only in certain people's minds. But anyway, Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. Yes, I think they just pulled another plane that they found out of the muck. And maybe you can correct me, John, but actually Pearl Harbor is not exactly where all the whatever you want to call it, where the ships are. They had moved them somewhere else. I'm not sure exactly where. I should have looked it up. John, you have further information on the locations.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, Pearl Harbor Day. And I think there was 5, maybe more, maybe 7 destroyers sunk right there in the harbor at Pearl Harbor. They have a big museum there and all that stuff. It's yeah, a lot of people. I asked folks that, today that I saw young folks, and not one of them knew anything about it. So yeah, you're right, Obi. The day that would live in infamy is kind of being forgotten, but I try and keep it alive, and I'm sure a lot of older veterans do. Okay, with that, let's see. Not much going on in the shack. Clean house, as you know. I'll get another pile of those things together for a week or so next week, and we can get together and do the same thing, and then I'll be free and clear of carcasses. I better elaborate on that. Old computer carcasses. No, I hope he's not taking bodies out for me. Not yet, anyway. Well, heightened awareness, heightened security in the United States and other countries. Current events driving us into a frenzy. I'm going to go out and buy myself a M60. No, I'm not. But a lot of people are going out and getting handguns and rifles and stuff. I don't know. I don't. I don't think that's the answer. To be truthful, but who am I? Wonder what our thoughts might be on that topic. My hearts go out to the victims and their families and all those that are affected. WA1ZHM. Let's see. Back to the newcomers roundtable.
Yeah, okay, John. Well, if you watch things, see the country world seems to be in turmoil, but it's not the first time, I guess. But yeah, things have certainly changed. But anyway, I won't comment on that. Let's see what's going on here. A couple notes I have, I guess, before I take another round of check-ins. For the Tulan people, Ted, KD2GYU is looking to get something going on fox hunting in the Western Mass, Eastern New York area. That's Ted, KD2GYU. I don't hear him much anymore, but whatever. And also, the Mima Races Nuts are the first Monday on this repeater at 7 p.m. and on HF 3.930 at 1845. For those that don't know, there is a Facebook emergency. Hang on. Well, anyway, a bunch of us are on Facebook. There's a Western Mass Emergency Net page that usually gets referenced all the emergency business. Well, anyway. What else is going on here? First Monday of the month, and this repeater. 10 meters for the new guys that might have 10 meters as a rag chew get together Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. or a.m. Excuse me, 0830. Frequency 28.450, 28.450. And here in Pittsfield, if anyone has an 857 they want to get rid of, Ernie, WA1AES, looking for one. Anyway, do we have any additional stations to check into the Western Mass Traffic Net? This is N1QOV.
This is N1AFG, Vernon, Vermont, checking in just to say hello through a new radio. Handle here is spraying, relatively new since 2012, I suppose. That's about it for now. Back to Nick.
Again, one more time, slowly with the call sign, please.
Call sign is November 1, Alpha Foxtrot Tango. Back to you.
Okay, recognizing N1AFT, we'll put you in rotation. And if you have to go away, well, that's okay also. And welcome to the repeater. Welcome to the informal net and all other things involved. Additional stations.
KD2HRD. K1FFK.
Okay, you might need a correction on the field. Kilo Delta 2, Hotel Romeo Delta. Is that correct?
That is correct. The name here is Greg Golf Romeo Echo Golf, located in the Albany Pine Bush. Been licensed 1 year tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you probably have a copy of your license. I have to look for mine for anyway. Okay, who do we have? N1A AFT and KD2HRD. Additional stations. Okay, instead of going around, we'll pass it over to N1AFT and then Greg after him. Go ahead.
Alrighty then,
KC1 AFT. This is probably the first time in a couple of years I've actually come into this room and taken the dust off the radio. Really not much to say other than I guess the radio is still working. So we'll hand it on back to Nick.
Pretty amazing. The radio still works. I'm not sure what a vintage radio that is, but oftentimes it's a bear trying to figure out getting to a frequency or a mode or whatever. But anyway, okay. N1 AFT, welcome back to the hobby and over to Kilo Delta 2, Hotel Romeo Delta. Greg, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Good evening, gentlemen. Like I said, I was licensed 1 year tomorrow. Have so far upgraded all the way to extra. Got my DX100. I'm working all states. Waiting for 3 states to confirm on phone for work all states on phone. I need 1 more state on digital, Vermont. Ever elusive. Can only get them on 80 meters, and which is not too cooperative tonight. I'm running a Yaesu DX1200 with a G5 RV, 50 feet up in the trees. Was on a vertical for the bulk of the year. Really enjoying the hobby. And first time over on this repeater. I've checked into the Manchester one a couple times, and now this one, trying to get a little bit out of my local area. So anyways, back to net, KD2HRD.
Okay, thanks for that, Greg. Sounds like you have a well-rounded retinue ham radio. Does anyone have any questions, comments for Greg, seeing he has a whole bunch of things going over there?
KD2HRD, this is KC1DAX. Go ahead, KC1DAX. Thank you, Greg. The name here is David. You mentioned that you had an FTDX1200. As it turns out, I'm about to buy one. I was looking at both the 1200 and the 3000, and after seeing a comparison test between those and a couple of Kenwoods, I decided to go with the 1200 mainly because I don't do much digital work. I was just wondering how you like that transceiver. Over. Well, since my only experience with an HF rig is this particular model, and I like to joke that I picked it up because it looked really pretty on the HRO cover. In actuality, it's a lot of radio for the buck. It does not have a USB port for digital. It does have an RS-232 serial port, and that's okay because I actually have an old computer, and I'm actually running direct cables with no interface. And I have been running it since September this way, and everything's fine. PSK, RIDI, JT65. I run Ham Radio Deluxe for software. SSB is great. You can use some complex filtering to really pull out a distance station. Back to you from KD2HRD. KD2HRD, KC1DX. Yeah, roger that. That's exactly why I'm going to get that unit. I don't do any digital work. Not likely to get involved with it either, but I am heavily into the HF bands. I do, most of the time I'm on the old Miss nets, which cover most of the bands. I'm not a contester, but I kind of like the idea of getting the worked all states. I've already got the worked all states on mixed bands, and now I'm working to get them on all the individual bands. The thing that struck me about that was the receiver itself, especially the ratings they give it. from everything I've read, it's probably one of the most outstanding HF receivers around for the price. I was going to go with the 3000 at first, but then after seeing a comparison between that and the 1200 and the fact that I'm not going to do any digital work, I decided to save $1,000 and go with the 1200. So anyway, thank you for the information. Yeah, and it is a nice looking rig. There's no doubt about that. I'm probably going to order mine tomorrow from HRO. I just had to wait until a little money transferred from my IRA into my bank account. But anyway, thanks again for the information. KC1DX, back to net.
Hey, nice job, guys. Does anyone in the net have any comments before I go down the list again? Okay, a couple comments here, announcements, whatever. Where did I put that stuff? I lost it. Oh, the Mount Tom holiday dinner thing. December 7th. Oh, that's tonight. That's tonight. Never mind. Okay, next pass of the ISS is up to the north, kind of low on the horizon. Northern pass at 8:40 this evening, and the ISS is monitoring packet radio, and they are doing school contacts. Anyway, okay, going back down the list, KC1ETM, Andrew, your turn.
Hey, thanks. I do have a question for you, Obi, about that 10-meter Tuesdays and Thursdays gig on the 28.450. That's single sideband, right? That's not FM?
Can anyone else answer that question? Go ahead.
Yes, it is sideband, and it's upper sideband. Yeah. And let's see. I think you have to be a general or more to work up there. Am I not correct, Obi?
I'd have to look at the rules and regs, but I'm not sure. I'm guessing you can probably use any mode on the band you're good for.
Comment, KC1DX.
Go ahead. I know it's in there somewhere, but yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure you can fill us in.
Yeah, Obi and John, that 10-meter meeting is, they moved it. It was in the general class band. They moved it to, I believe, to 450, and the intent was to involve some of the new tech class licenses. I've tried to get in there a number of times, but I don't know if I'm too close or what. But Andrew's a little farther out than I am. He may be able to make it, seeing as he's got a little more distance. Back to net.
K1F. Thanks for information. No wonder I haven't heard him up in the upper portion where I had it block 10. So it's 28,450, right?
Yeah, roger that, John. I got it written down here. 28,450.
Oh, cool. Okay, back to net.
Okay, does that answer everyone's question?
Yeah, this is KC1ETM. Answers my question. Radio I'm using is only FM. So last time I tried to tune in, I didn't hear anything. So I was just curious if it was something I was doing wrong, or if it was simply my radio wasn't set up for it.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened there, but anyway, who's next here? KC1DAX. If you have any comments to the other stations or whatever, over to you, Dave. Send one, Kilby.
Alright, OBKC1DX. The only other thing I have is for our 2 new operators. If you're planning on upgrading to general class, I'm sure by now you've discovered QRZ, the website. On their main page, if you look under resources, they have some practice exams you can take there for all the classes. I found that to be very, very helpful when I went to upgrade. Let me drop. They have their questions come from the most current pool of questions, and they'll actually give you a practice test. When it's over, they'll show you which ones you got correct and which ones you did not. And the questions that you did not get correct, they'll refer you to the sections to study. I found that very helpful. I just kept taking those practice tests until I consistently scored 90% or better, and then went and took the exams. And also, one comment, it's the questions are kind of high on rules and regulations and not so much on the ABCs of the subjects. I'd have to say most of it is on rules, regulations, and bans. So don't let it throw you. And you take a few of those practice exams, and you'll have it down in no time. KC1D expecting that.
Okay, Dave, thanks. And thanks for hanging in there on the net. Anyway, yeah, okay, again, these nets are being transcribed, and my call sign at either Ustream or YouTube if you want to listen to your own audio signal, whatever. And a resource I like on the internet is Alpha Charlie 6 Victor. Guys got quite a bit of stuff there. Everything I've ever wanted to look at. Alpha Charlie 6 Victor on the internet. All right, we'll pass around here. Who's next? Peter, I guess. KD2. JKV. Peter, your turn.
Yeah, I use hamstudy.org. That's what I use for the tech, and that's used for general. You got flashcards, you got practice tests, and they'll actually go through and, if you missed a question, they'll explain the question for you at the hamstudy.org. Also, if anybody's looking to rehome a 6-meter radio, I'm kind of looking. You can get my email address off my QRZ page. That's kind of my next radio project, is getting 6 meters. That's it from here. Back to net, KD2, JKV.
Okay. Boy, this is one of the best nuts, or longest running nuts we've had in, since I've stayed awake. Let's see here. John, you want to take over the nut for a while? Do you have a list of the check-ins?
Do not. I was not taking notes. I figured you would be doing that, but yeah, it's a good net tonight. Am I in rotation now? Are you turning it over to me?
It is you.
It is I, said the little red hen. Or George Washington when he chopped down the cherry tree. Turned down the noisemaker in the background. The video is about delayed about 4 or 5 seconds. It's awesome, but it's nerve-wracking if you listen to it and you try and listen to the radio at the same time. It's an echo effect, the Doppler effect. Oh, some of you guys ought to get into fox hunting, my old passion, and look up Doppler effect, Doppler stop scanner. Radio equipment and stuff, and it's like LoJack, whatever. I built one from parts and pieces and had a lot of fun with it, and proved to be very accurate finding stuck transmitters and stuff. So fox hunting. We got some people in the local area that want to get a fox hunting team together. Something to think about. We used to have one of the greatest teams in the Northeast, but like everything else, people moved on to different variations of the hobby, and it kind of went away. But I'd like to see it come back. it has its usefulness, especially for finding downed aircraft and lost people in the woods and things like that. Okay, I get off my milk crate and turn it back to OB, N1QOV, who was graciously taking the reins tonight for me. My voice runs out after a while. I'm an old geezer, so we'll turn it back to the N1QOV of great renown.
All right, thanks, John. We'll go down the list here. I could do announcements, but not. Who's here? N1AFT, Alpha Victor Tango, I guess. So go ahead. November 1, Alpha Foxtrot Tango. I might have stepped down. Okay, KD2HRD again, Greg.
Yeah, several things. If anyone needs a grid square hunter, county hunter, digital hunter, phone hunter, whatever you hunt, if for some strange reason you would need a rather common spot like myself, you can always drop me an email off my QRZ page. More than willing to do various phone modes, digital modes. I think we're kind of close, so we'd probably be restricted to 80 meters. Willing to try anything else if need be. All right, let me roll it. And another thing, some advice for folks looking to upgrade. There are some apps for iPhone. If you're going to take the general exam, you don't really need the book. There is a ham radio general test free app. It's actually put out by November 1 Z Tango Lima. And it's really good. You can study correct answers, take section tests, and take overall tests. And when you score consistently in the 90s, I guarantee you will pass. Net control, I think I will be giving it back to you. Thank you very much, and a pleasant evening to all. KD2HRD, back to you, net control.
Okay, thanks, Greg. One thing I kind of find cool is SDR, SDR, software-defined radio. If you get on your computer and type in SDR.com, there's amateur radio stations all over the world that broadcast via their computer. You can listen to their radio via their computer to your computer. It's pretty cool stuff.
K1FFK.
It's again SDR.com. So software-defined radio. Let's see. What have I got here? Weather. Maybe weather. I don't know. Here in Pittsfield, it's like fair skies, 34 degrees. I guess we can maybe see the moon or whatever tonight. And John, I was going to mention International Civil Aviation Day. That's up your alley. International Civil Aviation Day. Who's it go back to? KC1 ETM. KC1 ETM, Andrew.
Cool. Thanks for having me. It's KC1 ETM. I gotta say 73s at this point. I gotta go get my kids to bed. I have 4 boys, 9, 7, 3, and 4 months old. And this time of night, this is crazy night. So thanks for chatting. And 73s, Annette. Thanks, Obi.
Okay, thanks, Andrew. Anyone have any parting shots for Andrew? Fight it out amongst yourselves.
God bless you, Andrew. Good luck with the boys. Been there, done that. WA1ZH.
And thinking about a ham radio deluxe HRD. Okay, thanks for stopping by, Andrew, anytime, and don't be afraid to use the repeater. A whole bunch of things going on here sometimes. What do we got here? The 10 a.m. and the 1 p.m. Traffic nuts, if you're so inclined. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, and again, welcome to the hobby after what was it, a year? KC1DAX, go ahead, Dave, N1QOV.
And 1QOV, KC1DAX. Yeah, I got a buzz out of here too, Obi. Thanks for running the net tonight. It was a good night, and I think this is only about the third or fourth one I've been into, but definitely greater populated today than it was. And God bless you, 4 boys. Oh boy. I had 2 girls. Girls are easy. Anyway, a good night to everyone, and welcome again to the hobby to our 2 newcomers. So I will say 73s. God bless everybody. KC1DAX. I will be clear on your final. Back to net.
Parting shots for Dave. Fight it out.
Yeah, I got 2 girls. They're not so easy.
My mistake. My ears are plugged up. But anyway, hey, if I whatever. But anyway, what's up here? December 6th, the No Bark meeting and holiday party. December. What's already gone by? Where the heck have I been? Never mind.
That's funny, Obi. Kind of caught me by surprise too. It was early and I didn't go, but anyhow, back to you.
Yeah, I just have a prearranged things to read off, and oftentimes I'm not sure what day it is, what month it is, or what year it is. It's still 1968. Oh, whatever.
You're the pet.
Yeah, it's the big one. But anyway, let's see what else is going on here. Pearl Harbor Day, Civil Aviation Day. You got any stories about your experiences in civil aviation or the whatever aviation you were involved in? Before I give it over to I forget who.
I could write a book. I was in Civil Air Patrol, which is an auxiliary of the Air Force. Believe it or not, Obi. Anyway, it's a civilian organization, and we did search and rescue up here in western Massachusetts and over in New York and up in Vermont, bordering states. Did it for years and years. It was very interesting. We had a composite squadron, which is a combination of cadets and senior members. We had 2 aircraft. We had a T-34 fighter trainer, old-time fighter trainer, Second World War vintage. And we had an L-16 tail dragger, 72 horsepower engine. Back to net, WA1ZH.
Okay, John. I remember what they call them, bird dogs. The single wing prop driven small whatever the heck it was, Cessna or something of like a 1960s Southeast Asia vintage.
It's the bird.
It's a bird dog. Remember that song? Anyway, let's see. I think I forgot somebody here. Or I messed up the call. November 1, Alpha Foxtrot Victor or Tango. Go ahead. Again, might have left. But anyway. Let's see here. I guess I'm not sure if Greg left or he left. I guess anyway. All right, a wild card. Whoever picks it up gets it. N1QOV.
82 JKV.
Go ahead.
You're talking about SDR radios. Amazon sells SDR dongles, which you can pretty much build your own SDR radio. That and some free software that they offer. You can tune radios, HF bands, and you can get ones from like 30 megahertz up to 2 gigahertz or whatever it is. So there's another way to get into SDR. Back to net.
You know what a dongle is? Yeah, I saw those, and yeah, they're pretty neat stuff, and not very expensive. Back to you, Obi.
Okay, let me see. I'm trying to find. What am I trying to find here? Oh, contest this coming weekend. Why won't? Okay, hang on. Any other comments before I pull this up?
Pearl Harbor going on.
I think there was only like 3 that weren't too much important. And anybody has interest in watching top of the line contest station, K1TTT, Kilo 1 Tango Tango Tango, broadcast his contest station, which is enormous. I mean, world class. K1TTT also on Ustream, and if you just type in a K1TTT, it'll bring up the Ustream thing. Most weekends when there's some kind of contest going on.
You can shake more check-ins out of the trees, Obi.
Go ahead, it's your turn. I delegate and regulate you while I fool around here. I gotta get a coffee.
Get a coffee. I was thinking about the same thing, but I can wait. WA1ZHM, alternate caretaker for the No Barking One Eye ISP Newcomers Roundtable. Any further check-ins? I want to get your name and where you're at.
This is Greg at KD2HRD. I have not left. I'm still standing by.
Hey, Greg, I'll let you pick it up, and we'll shoot the breeze while Opie's looking for things.
Roger that. I am currently working a little PSK 31 on 40 meters, 7.071. Appears that we have North Dakota, Arizona, waiting for a few others to decode at the same time. Bands are not that great. 20 meters and higher seem to have gone to the wayside as we approach the bottom of the solar cycle. And for those of you still waiting to upgrade and get on your HF, you know, if you were at the top of the cycle, you could work 10 meters all over the world, but right now it's virtually worthless. There's some good days, but mostly not. So right now I'm going to respond to a CQ call by a fellow in West Fargo, North Dakota. So just passing on that little bit of information, and this is why it's always good to have a separate 2-meter radio from your main rig. All right, back to net control from KD2HRD.
Hey, Greg, thanks for that. I heard somebody, I don't know, I think last week or something, I mentioned Ham Radio Deluxe. I think you said you were using that software. It's pretty neat, and but it's complicated. For the new user, I might suggest if you're having problems, this fellow said he was trying to figure it out. There's an easier version of software called MixW, MIXW. It's freeware, and it's user-friendly. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles that Ham Radio Deluxe has, but you can use it offers a bunch of different digital modes. And as long as you got a sound card and a thumb for your mic, you can transmit the your computer over the air and use it that way without an interface. I've done that. I did have interfaces, but I got rid of them. And I just key the mic. I put the hold down key on and let her go. And it works just fine. Mix WMIXW. Look it up if you're mind to get on any of the digital modes, and it's user friendly. It's easier than Ham Radio Deluxe. Let's see, over here, you back yet? And one QOV from WA1ZA, John?
This much. I did the 30-day trial of Ham Radio Deluxe, and actually, once you play with it a little bit, it's actually not that bad. It will automatically put the person in your log. It's very easy to upload your log, download your log, do QRZ lookups if you have a QRZ account. And I'm really anticipating they're adding JT65 to their digital suite, and that would make my life a lot easier. Also, it will do some slow scan TV decoding right here. So it's very versatile, but I cannot say that I use it to its full capabilities. It will do rotator control. So you click on somebody's call sign, it will automatically beam towards that person. I do not have a rotator. Back to net control from KD2 HRD.
Very interesting. Yeah, I noticed it's got a lot of bells and whistles. It's, like you said, all into getting it set up correctly. And all the adjustments fine-tuned. Oh, it's a lovely program. Don't get me wrong. I'm not putting it down, but it's fairly complex for somebody new in the hobby. I started out with mixed W and then I progressed, but I use them both. And I like the digital modes. I used to do a lot of slow scan TV. Van up in Indian Lake, I think he's got a homepage that features slow scan TV. Generally at 20 meters. WA1ZHM. Obi, you back yet?
Yeah, we're here. And what we got here? If you're on Facebook, there's the Western Mass Emergency Net. I guess if you're on, you can just type in Western Mass Emergency Net, and that covers the Western Mass Emergency Net and the informal thingy. And again, it's a bunch of us on Facebook that do various whatevers. Let's see what I have here. I had the contest this weekend from the ARRL because what's his face wasn't up. Anyway, there's a 10-meter contest, CW and phone, 160 through 6 CW thing, international naval contest, CW and phone, 80 through 10. QRP CW 160 through 10, and that's it for this coming weekend. Wild card anybody and or a additional check-in N1 QOV.
KD2 JKV.
Go ahead, station.
Little announcement tomorrow marks the 35th anniversary of the murder of John Lennon on December 8th, 1980. Just wanted to put that out there. Back to net.
Yeah, I think I have the Beatles as one page on my Facebook thing. But anyway, okay, thanks for that. Yeah, oh man. Just hang out in bed for how long? Okay. Anybody else? New additional stations to check into the Newcomers Roundtable, N1QOV.
This is Kilo Charlie 1 Echo Lima Foxtrot. Tom in Haverhill, Massachusetts.
Okay, making a nice trip from wherever. KC1ELF, I think I have it right. Tom, KC1ELF, your turn. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. I always get a kick out of being able to hit this repeater from so far away. My QTH is Haverhill, Massachusetts, so almost over by the coast. And I've been listening to you gentlemen all night, and I've been having some fun. I am also a newly licensed cam, only in September, and I'm enjoying the hobby a lot. And actually did some fox hunting this weekend with the boys from the Westford repeater. So again, thank you for checking me in, and hope to talk to all of you sometime soon. Back to net control.
Okay, Tom, and welcome to the hobby. Welcome to the repeater. Just a little bit of a hiss noise on your signal, but otherwise perfectly copyable. Anybody have any welcoming whatevers for Tom? Please call KC1ELF directly.
Tom, good to hear you. Well over 100-mile shot, so you're doing swell with what you have for a setup there. And fox hunting, yes. I was the guy that said, hey, let's get together and fox hunt. Used to be one of my passions. Let's see. Like Opie said, welcome aboard and don't be a stranger. WA1ZHM, back to net.
Okay, again, I'll mention these nets are recorded, and you can listen to them using my call sign, November 1, Quebec Oscar Victor, N1QOV on the internet. Either they'll be on Ustream or YouTube, so you can check out your signal. Also, you can check out a signal or whatever your own on HF using the software-defined radio thingy. SDR.com, and it lists all the various HF radio station, amateur radio stations that have the radios hooked up to computers and so forth and so on, and SDR.com. Let's see, who we got here? Who's first on the list? I'm not sure if Andrew checked out or not. KC1ETM.
K1FFK.
Maybe not. How about Dave? KC1DAX. Guess not. KD2, JKV, Pete. Or I'm losing who's who here. Go ahead, Pete.
I just want to welcome Tom to the repeater. Don't be shy. Get in here and then talk. Everybody's good guys here, and we will all talk to you. Back to net.
Anyone else for Tom?
We're not all good guys, but you're making it into Albany just fine. KD2HRJ.
Okay, there you go, Tom. Stop by any time. Let's see, what do we got here? I'll read off some of this stuff. Again, the Newcomers Roundtable, which is right here, the first and third Monday of the month, 7:30. This repeater, informal get together. Racy's nuts. This repeater, first Monday, 7 p.m. Also, there's a if you're on HF, where they put that? HF Racy's Mima Net at 6:45, 18:45 on 3.930. Sunday mornings, starting on HF, the Western Mass Emergency Nets, 8:30, 39:44. Then all the Mount Greylock repeaters, 2 meters at 9, and so forth and so on until 220 at 10 o'clock. So that covers most of what I have here for nets and junk. John, you want to spout off on the, I can probably look it up on, yeah, anyway, the different VHF, UHF frequencies for a gray line.
Yeah, okay, well, we all know this one, 2 meters, WA1's at HM, by the way. And then 224.100, and 53.23, and the 900 repeater, which is 927, 9, yeah, hold on, get my glasses on. 927.8750, and 900 frequency. And that about covers it. Also, there's some talk about getting a digital repeater going on Greylock, so we may have that in the future. Does that answer your question, Obi?
Yeah, I guess. I'm not sure if everyone's aware of APRS, automatic positioning something system. APRS, that's pretty cool. I don't think we have anything on the mountain, but maybe some people are interested in APRS if they don't know about it yet, John.
Well, there's a digipeater on Greylock for APRS. There's also a digi for regular packet radio. 2 different frequencies. The digi for APRS is 144.390 simplex. And let's see, I got to change. The other frequency is 145.050 per packet.
Okay, thanks, John. Let's see. I'm going to shut this net down, and we can go informal if people would like to. But anyway, let me shut this down. Seeing it's been over an hour, probably the longest one I remember in quite a while since I haven't been taking naps. Let's see. What are we doing here? Okay, this is going to close the net, and this has been a regular weekly, bi-weekly, semi-weekly, once every other week meeting of the No Bark N1ASB Newcomers Roundtable. I'd like to thank the Northern Berkshire Amateur Radio Club for the use of the Mount Greylock K1FFK 146.91162.2 tone repeater. And the club's website, Northern Berkshire Amateur Radio Club.org. Most everything you want to know about the club, and or maybe join if you feel so inclined. Where was I here? I forget. Okay, thanks to all who checked in and those who stood by while this net was being conducted. This is November 1, Quebec Oscar Victor, signing clear, and the net is closed. Thank you. Informal.
Good job, Obi. Thanks. I'm going for coffee. WA1's at HM.
Yeah, this is KD2HRD. I'm just standing by. I can't transmit 50 watts on PSK while on 75 watts on the 2 meter. So I will be standing by. KD2HRD.
And I will be posting videos, audio to the internet. N1Q will be clear listening 9-1.